Noogie. Noogie. Leo, you better get your boots on. Oh no, take your boots off. Okay, look at that. Leo, there is some feelings arising. I'm being dramatic because you are very dramatic. But there is definitely something rising up from the depths. Some shit that I think has been pushed way, way down. It's got to come out, right? But ultimately, why does it have to come out? There's something that needs guidance inside of you, something deep, something yearning. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is about sex. Like, oh no, maybe I should have opened with that, right? Leo, this is about sex. It is. There's so much about it, a sense of being repressed and breaking through, breaking out, indulging, really enjoying yourself, and finally meeting somebody that you just want to do it with. If you're single, if you're with somebody, then you already have somebody to want to do it with. But this is a beautiful type of energy that is really cathartic, and yes, that has been my key word all day long, but really all week long, because this week is a week of catharsis. It's a week of coming to that emotional completion so that we can feel completed. We can feel like we have concluded something, and that we can now say goodbye in peace and leave something behind, but also welcome something new in. And baby lion, you're going to be welcoming something new in. Now, it starts from concern. Maybe there's concern, maybe there's care, wanting to take care of somebody, wanting to take care of yourself, looking for answers, knowing that you're dealing with a very tender situation. I think a lot of you have sort of, I know, it's like, yes, I am talking to you, Leo. Repressed emotions, repressed feelings, or basically just sort of cut them aside or cut them out because you were so driven about other things. Other shit was more important, right? You either had your relationship, you had your man, you had your woman, you didn't have to worry about shit. Or there was just this sense of you, not even paying attention to that aspect of your life right now simply because you didn't want to. Ultimately, I would have to say there is a great deal of pent up energy inside of you. Maybe the problem is that it's just been running out and almost too free flowing, and your life has been a little bit out of control. That's sort of what the cards are implying, because balance, there's a need for balance. Maybe ask your friends for help, wrangle you back in. But there's some beautiful opening up and dawning and an understanding of who you are and what your sensuality is. And I like there's an opportunity here that hasn't been here in quite some time. And I'm not saying that you don't get laid every day. All I'm saying is it's this kind of beauty, this kind of sensuality, this kind of excitement you haven't felt in a really long time. There's this innocence about somebody that you really need or want to help. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with their age. It has everything to do with their soul, their spirit, the abundance in them, and it could actually be you. There's just an innocence, a sense of wanting, like finally realizing somebody is lost. It's almost like that sense of kind of feeling deep down inside of yourself, this person is fucking lost. And maybe they're even about to implode. They're really tender and they're really vulnerable. And what I want to do is I want to help them. So many times heroes. I said heroes, dude, Freudian slip. But I don't think so. Instead of Leos, I said heroes. But that's kind of what it is. It's like wanting to save the day and make sure that somebody gets the ability to be inspired and to fulfill their greatest potential, the highest potential. There's just a deep longing and desire to be able to finally express yourself as who you are and not who people need you to be, or basically not even who people need you to be, because I think you're always yourself, but yet damn well want attention. You want recognition and validation from it. You're so sick of it happening all to yourself. So there is an energy of finding a conduit or a pathway to actually get noticed, get recognition, or somebody noticing you. And there is that undercurrent of maybe a romantic relationship starting off in your life, Leo, because there is this beautiful sense of refreshment, a freshness that maybe hasn't been there in a while. Now, this is where we're starting out in balance. And I know that it's imbalanced because it's probably an imbalance because there's been such major downloads in your life right now, spiritual downloads, like information that's coming in and barraging your senses and awakening everything, your consciousness, right? Awakening you. So you've been really starting to understand things that you hadn't been able to understand before, not just spiritually, but also in the 3D, starting to realize how much you're needed, how much people need you, how much, what you think and what you say actually does impact the world. So it's not just about, attention, it's about your effect on everybody around you, and really kind of stepping up to plate and saying, well, I want to play that role. I want to be important. I'm not scared of being important to somebody now. It's actually something that I feel not only comfortable with, but I would feel uncomfortable with myself if I didn't step up to that role. But this is what I'm talking about. You have your third eye chakra, just really awakening and becoming very aware and seeing and sensing and understanding and comprehending everything that it can see, being very aware of maybe the unseen, the things that are invisible, mysteries, putting things together. In other words, reading between the lines and using your intuition and noticing patterns, right? The pineal perspective is extremely important to incorporate that into all of your decision-making processes right now. But ultimately, there is this sense of not being grounded. This card came out in reverse. So a sense of almost like being pulled up into the air by your third eye, because there's just so much going on in terms of what you're experiencing and seeing and starting to understand, that it maybe feels it's taking you up. It's taking you up to the mothership. But ultimately, I think that there is a sense of you do need grounding. It's a little bit too much is going on, or maybe things are just conceptual right now and you haven't been able to flip them around and turn them into anything solid, which could be very much frustrating you. You're still like shaky and you still feel yourself shaking. You don't feel like this is actually something that has stabilized yet. And so there is a sense of doubt. There is a sense of, will this ever happen? Yes, there is this innocence, this beautiful, refreshing innocence about somebody. That opens up their heart innocently, and a pure heart, a true heart, a blessed heart that really doesn't really know corruption, somebody that's completely unjaded. And then you have Animus and Lily, the man opening up, like a man's sort of a man's sexuality or a man's sensuality finally being able to open up and blossom and grow. Sensuality, sexuality, what they desire. Somebody being able to finally say, this is what I desire. This is who I truly am. And this is what I've really been looking for. And I think that your heart is just starting to feel a beat again. This could also speak to something in your past that has happened to you. So this could also speak to sort of just, I feel like you shut down. That's what I want to say, Leo. I feel like you closed yourself off because there were too many other things going on, and it was everything on the outside was overwhelming, so you couldn't really deal with things on the inside. So ultimately, you shut part of yourself down by choice, not because you needed to, but because you chose to. And ultimately, that part had to do with romance, had to do with sensuality, kind of just like letting it be in the background for now, because for whatever reason that it was, but it needs to come out. It's coming out in a very dramatic way. And there's an opportunity that's cropping up to help it come out. This is sort of a surprise to you if you don't have anybody, especially, but even if you do, there's just this sense of maybe being tentative, maybe being hesitant, maybe being shy, maybe not feeling completely and totally supported, feeling like you have to hide what you feel or inside of yourself, or who you are, or what it is that you really want out of life. There's just a sense of this beautiful, like, drama queen, being stuck deep down inside of you, wanting to take somebody else's guidance, wanting to, like, ask permission to emerge, but ultimately there's nowhere for it to go. But it's these emotions are coming up. It's impossible. You don't want to hide them anymore. You don't want to run from who you are. Emotions are going to start sort of pouring out of you. And one of those emotions is, you don't know which direction to go. You don't know which way to go. Everybody always wants you to be so fucking certain, but you're shaky right now and you don't like this feeling. But you do like this feeling of expansion. You do like this feeling of sort of insights into innovation. It's a very exciting time in terms of your awareness and your awakening. There is definitely room to celebrate festivities and happiness, friends gathering around you, family, a sense of, like, really wanting to bring that all together because you need that kind of support right now. There has been a pushback of you against you about something about you that other people seem odd or deem inappropriate, right? And there's just this sense of it's causing challenges in your life, or feeling like it's causing challenges in your life, because ultimately maybe you've always succumbed to people's judgment, or people talking like fucking cats in the corner, whispering about you, and kind of like just not wanting to stir the pot, but ultimately being like, go fuck yourself, leave me alone. I'm going to scream and shout with everything I've got. I'm going to say stuff out loud. I'm going to scream and I'm going to shout, and I'm just going to let my inner child out. And that's kind of what's playing out in Lenormand here. There's a sense of the innocence that you were as an inner child now being able to be fully addressed and fully realized as a full-grown adult. And that's sort of coming to the surface now, because after sort of being shamed for so long, Leo, of who you are, feeling like you had to repress yourself somehow. And no, I don't think, in other words, Leo's coming out of the closet. But it's not necessarily a homosexual, bisexual, like LGBTQ thing. It's not. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. I once heard this TED Talk, and it was a wonderful talk where the speaker was like, everybody has closets. Everybody has secrets that they keep, parts of themselves away from the world that they think are too ugly to show. But ultimately, there is that sense of addressing and accepting and loving and nurturing that ugly side, so that there is no ugly side anymore. And yes, you're like, Leo, I know there's no ugly side to me. But there's parts of all of us that we feel ashamed of and don't want to share. And ultimately, those are the ones that we're owning and that you're sort of embracing right now. The end of a tough cycle comes to a conclusion. So that's beautiful. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So all the pushback that you've been getting, all the no's or rejections, or just kind of complications and confusion, all of the chaos, it's dissipating, especially when it comes to romance. The energy is gaining momentum. There's something new coming in on the horizon. You're getting stronger in your momentum to make a decision to be who you want to be and who you want to be out loud, and show and be, go get everything that you want, right? But also, people are loving you back. They're starting to get on board. They're starting to realize that they're starting to like your quirks and understand the way that you communicate. They're starting to gather. You're starting to be able to finally do what you always wanted to do, which is inspire people. You okay, sweetie? To inspire people to come around. It's like this energy of bringing people together, or your partnership. It could very well be specifically a romance. It's coming. Like there's a romance coming into your life. It's like, especially if you're a Leo that's been single for quite some time, it's about to end. You're about to meet your person. You're about to kind of like, or just get back in the swing of things and start to feel your wild oats again. Like you're about to like feel alive again in a way that you haven't felt in a long time. Now let's go into your animal guide messages, Leo. Remember, there's always Nothing is yet set in stone pops out while holding back. Yeah, but they're both in reverse. So there was a sense of being blocked, being held back, or deciding to hold yourself back, or trying to contain aspects of yourself because you were too afraid of the way that it would be impact other people. And ultimately, that's just something that you have to realize that you've been doing and let that go, because that's it will get bad for you. It will get worse than it is now, because it already doesn't feel right. Ultimately, there is a lack of grounding here, because you haven't rooted yourself, you haven't committed yourself, or completely and totally allowed yourself to be associated with a certain be associated with who you really are inside. Like you haven't really committed yet. This is the time to commit. This is the time to stand up and say exactly what it is that you want, and be exactly who it is that you are. This is that time to do it. Spirit has a plan. So this has got to do with your higher self, or a higher sense of self, or also just connectivity to spirit and trusting spiritual guidance right now. This is time to collaborate. I mean, you're coming together with somebody. There's partnership all over this fucking reading. Like, what do you want me to do? Is it supposed to be a romance reading? No, but it's coming out like crazy. There's just a sense of somebody that you're meant to meet, or somebody that you're meant to be with. Divine intervention is coming in to basically bring you together. This is a divinely guided partnership. This is maybe finding your partnership by having similar spiritual beliefs. And it's those spiritual beliefs that you're finally able to say, yes, this is what I really feel. This is what I really believe in. Or, these are the thoughts that I think in my head. And I'm not going to worry about saving face or what other people think about me. I want to talk about those things because they're important to me. There's such a cause for celebration and gathering your family all around you. There's such a need for you right now to be with family and be with just be surrounded by happiness and joy and celebration. And what a perfect season to call upon that energy besides the holidays. Time for a deeper dive. Oh, y'all, I'm trying to be as general as possible, but this is the romance card. This is Libra. I've gotten Libra. A new romantic cycle begins, and energy is gaining momentum. So something's happening even if you're not driving it. Like God put the pedal to the metal. Like something's pursuing you almost. But it's fated. That's what it is. This is a fated partnership. This is a soulmate partnership. And if you already are with your soulmate, then let's see what's going on, because something is happening with your partnership, and it's actually really lovely. Just a sense of maybe you convincing them to do what you want to do, or buy the house that you want to buy, or whatever it is, or you're planning your wedding, and it's finally going to be able to come together because we've been in lockdown forever, and it's just like that sense of, oh, guess what? We're finally able to come together. We're finally able to celebrate our love, or show our love out loud. Not that you're hiding it, but that now you finally get to celebrate it and officiate it. Talk about making something official. This is Great Spirit itself. So this is a sense of, yes, you are blessed. And yes, this is divinely guided, and you maybe have manifested this yourself. Spirit is in full and complete support of this partnership that you're heading into, as well as your spiritual beliefs. And this a sense of, you've been getting a lot of signs and synchronicities when this card shows up. There's a lot of you know that you've been getting messages from spirit guides, or from angels themselves, or from just the universe at large. You're getting signs, and you're speaking very clearly to universe right now. Set healthy boundaries is here. So this is Cancerian energy. It is this is heavy. You've taken a lot of responsibility on your back, and in some ways you've shut down and hid your emotions because you just didn't want to share them. This is fear. So you're coming from a place where you were held back, where you had decided to hide. but now you're coming out of that cocoon. It's almost like you needed to cocoon for as long as you needed to, but now it's time to spread your wings. This is a whole new life and a whole new way of being. This is a whole new opportunity or chance that's blossoming and growing. What did I say? It's something that's brand new. It's a brand new idea. It's a brand new way of being. It's a brand new way of seeing your environment or living your life. It's a brand new perspective, and it's a brand new you. Let's go into your angel messages. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. The Vimeo link to the extended is below. Please go check out the Vimeo video, because I take tarot and articulate all of this. So we'll continue on to see exactly what the heck is going on, and speak very plainly and clearly. And that also includes your romance relationship reading. So that link is below. Please follow me over to the extended. But if you have not yet rung that bell, well, subscribe to the channel and rung that bell. Leo, please help Born Without Boundaries grow, and subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, and then you'll get notified when I upload Leo specific content every Friday between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Los Angeles time. So also you can join me on Instagram every Monday through Friday. I do a live there, so you can please join me over there. That is born_without_boundaries. Then we can chat live, and it's a general reading and really just motivation for the day. And then last but not least, always you can go over to Vimeo and you can subscribe there too, because when you subscribe there, you basically get access to or notified of the videos that I've uploaded a day before the link comes on YouTube, FYI. Here we have Sacred Source. We, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. God needs you to not be so judgmental towards yourself, so stuck in your mind about what's right and wrong, because there's an opening that needs to, an expansion that needs to happen in your life, and that's why he's been sending you so many messages. And then we have Archangel Sandolphin. Okay, I have heard your call for help. Your prayer will soon be answered. That's interesting. What have you been praying for, Leo? Positive thinking. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude along with positive beliefs and thoughts are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry, think love. Okay, and then we have vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. Yeah, your love of yourself, your love of everything that you are, your belief and faith in this new life, that this new way of living, or this new you that has a right to sort of emerge. But there's something here that I'm missing, and I can feel it in my gut, and I don't know what it is. Take a leap of faith. This is luck. Luck favors the brave when it comes to Leo this week. That's the sense. When you're watching this video, whenever you're watching this video, it's a sense of go ahead and take that leap of faith. Make that decision just based on not ego, not pride, but faith. It's like, I don't have the answers, and I just need to trust that I am loved and somebody has my back. Well, Leo, I'm here to share spirit messages for you. You are loved and spirit has your back, and you don't owe spirit anything. Like, you don't have to worry about paying them back, or did I deserve this, or how do I help them? No, all you have to do is receive. That's the greatest gift you can give to somebody, is the gift of receiving what the love that they're trying to love you with, right? Like that's that sense of like, I think a card didn't, let's see if a card flipped over and I didn't read it to you. It's just that sense of like really being able to, express who you are. This is a very tender-hearted person. Either it's you or it's them. There's some extremely tender-hearted person. I feel like they're going to just captivate you that's coming into your life. Or this is your creativity being expressed, but I don't think so. I really do believe that there's somebody very innocent, young, and open-hearted. Young in terms of not necessarily their age. I don't think it's necessarily age, it's innocence. Like I said, there's something going on that you just want to support somebody, or they're just intrigued you, or there's just a sense of like connection with somebody that you haven't maybe had before in a while, and it comes from your want to protect them and defend them and actually help them in any way that you can. So let's go over and articulate more of the details about this situation over in the extended. The link is below. I'll see you guys over there, Leo.